Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hi, my name is Nurul and Nazihah bin Fadzil, matric number 263839.
I am Muhammad Afiq bin Mohamed Rodzi, matric number 273705.
My name is Nurul Amirah Binti Sahidi. My matric number is 271731.
My name is Ammilia Binti Ahmad Jafri. My matric number is 271565.
My name is Mohamad Haziq bin Ridzuan and my matric number is 273721.
My name is Mohamad Amsyar bin Usmardi. My matric number is 273787.
I would like to present the introduction of evolution and development of Islamic finance system in United Kingdom. Islamic finance is a term that includes a wide range of financial products and services. In many ways, Islamic finance products resemble conventional products. This is not surprising because their basic objectives are the same: to facilitate investment by someone who has money, uses by someone who needs money. Islamic finance first came to the United Kingdom in the 1918 with the introduction of Murabahah transaction. The first United Kingdom Islamic bank, Al-Barakah International, launched in 1982. This was followed by the growth of bespoke Sharia compliance products in the trade finance, leasing, and project finance. Thus, even Islamic finance takes roots the UK long ago, the improvement of product offer and its strong religion represent only emerged in last 10 years where many financial players start coming in with a wider range of products are available in the market, both at the wholesale and the retail size. Today, UK stands with more than 20 international Islamic banks and owns a status as leading global center for Islamic finance.
I will talk about the development of Islamic finance industries in United Kingdom. The development of Islamic finance industries will divided into two that consist of the earliest development up to year 1999 and the latest development from year 2000 and onward. In the earliest development from year 1976 to 1999, United Kingdom more focused on establish the new Islamic economic units, organize the major international conferences on Islamic finance, establish Islamic investments such as takaful, and add a major development in the availability of Islamic financial products in the UK. Basically, they take the action of development because they want to spread new environment to people add knowledge about the Islamic product and the contract that have been used in Islamic finance such as others country. In spite of that, in the latest development from year 2000 and onward, UK improved their development day by day till today. They established Islamic Institute to teach Islamic economics, banking and finance in master level so that they can develop more Islamic finance industry in a good quality in every branch. They also recognize the potential for them to target the market and have begun to shape the tax and regulatory framework. From their good transform in the development year by year, UK have been reported as one of the most advanced and sophisticated Islamic financial market in the Western world, and it's also quickly becoming a key destination for foreign Sharia compliant institutions.
Among the paramount factors, the following can be identified and explored. There are 7 things. First is the nature of the political system, which is pragmatism, realism, and inclusiveness. So the main objective of the development of Islamic finance in the British Isles are twofold. First is to enhance the UK competitiveness in financial services by establishing the UK as a gateway for international Islamic finance. Secondly is to ensure that everybody, irrespective irrespective of their religious belief, has access to competitively priced financial products. And we know that from the story of Lord Edward George, Mr. George catch an attention from the inclusiveness approach adopted by the British authorities to make sure that everyone in the British societies, regardless of faith and ethnicity, he thought their very inventive financial system could find ways of meeting the needs of the different sectors of their societies in ways where this kind of problem need to arise. So from this concern, it has avoided the development of financial products which conform with their religious belief, especially for Muslims living in the UK. Second is the nature of the version of the capitalist model adopted. So in the 1980s of the last century, liberalism dominated the political and economic scenes in the UK. As a result, private ownership, liberal norms in business, and degradation of the financial system have been the main tools relied upon to attract foreign investment to the UK market. Thirdly is London as a leading international financial center. According to the latest available data in April 2013, trading in the United Kingdom accounted for 41% of the total, making it by far the most important center for the foreign exchange trading. London interbank offering rate estimated by leading banks in London that they would be charged if borrowing from others bank. Next is the flexibility of the legal systems and the nature of the adopted regulatory framework. HMRC have been very respective to representations made for tax treatment of Islamic finance to be more onerous than conventional finance. This ensures that there are now no UK tax obstacle in issuing UK backed by UK land. This tax change will give consideration boost to the UK Islamic Finance Initiative. Fifth is the establishment of a single regulator that oversees the operations of the whole financial sector. This development may have quickened the process of the establishment of Islamic finance institution in the UK, letting a single body to decide upon the licensing applications rather than multiple entities as was the case under the old regime. The remarkable growth and expansion of the Islamic finance industry in almost all places of the global financial village. Over the past few years, demand for Islamic financial service is not confined to Muslim only, but non-Muslim may show interest into this kind of alternative or ethical financing. So this is the sixth of what has been driving UK to this growth Islamic finance in the UK. So last but not least is the active role and involvement carried out by some Muslim community. Organizations from the Muslim Council of Britain called MCB, which is a non-profit national Muslim organization, has set up in 2005 a business and economic committee called BEC, and this committee has carried out since its inception till now. So it shows that Islamic finance has been present all along the time.
In this video presentation, I will present my part, which is the regulatory process of accommodating Islamic finance in the United Kingdom, which faces steps and lessons. Okay, from the available data and information, Sharia compliance products were first introduced in the United Kingdom market since the early 1980s, and they have been steadily developing and growing till this moment. The regulatory approach and attitude adopted by UK authorities and can be summarized in three main phases. For the first phases, before 1995, which is no action. Firstly, International Commodity Murabaha Operations, and then Al-Barakah International in 1983 until 1993. Besides, no discussion at the regulatory level about the issue. And lastly, Islamic modes bear high cost. As example, charge of double SDLT on property transfer. Okay, for the phase 2 in 1995 until 2003, which has an action. Firstly, Sir Edward George's speech at the Islamic Foundation in September 1995, and then the FSA establishment in 1997, and high-level working group to identify barriers facing Islamic finance development in 2000. Okay, and lastly, Sir Howard Davis, FSA chairman, speech 2002. Okay, for the phase 3 after 2003, which is called Pro Action. Okay, firstly, are there changes in Finance Acts or subsequent years? And then Mr. Brown pledged to support the growth of Islamic finance at the Islamic Finance and Trade Conference. Islamic Finance at 11 Downing Street, which is an Islamic Finance Expert Group IFEG, established in April 2007. Okay, next we move on to the examples of introduced change to Finance Acts. In 2003, removal of the double charge of stamp duty level for murabahah and ijarah contract. In 2005, the extension of the removal to diminishing musyarakah. In 2006, extension of removal to beneficiaries. Okay, and then in 2007, the discussion of applying the same tax rules. Besides, in 2008, they're dealing with more issues relating to the issuance of sukuk. In 2009, legislative measures for SDLT. And lastly, in 2010, the Financial Services and Market Act 2000, Order 2010 exempt alternative finance investment bonds. Okay, these practical steps derived from the UK in accommodating if can be summarized in the following diagram. Okay, step first is analysis and understanding. Second step is definition and economic function or substance. Third step is enlisting all possible routes or scenarios. And last step is applying existing rules whenever that is possible, and or introduction of appropriate legislation amendment as a last resort measure. Okay, the analysis has been carried out by working groups such as Islamic Finance Expert Group IFEG and the Tax Technical Working Group. Okay, furthermore, the process has been conducted through the following general guideline. Okay, for the first steps is defining the products on a case by case basis. As example, murabahah, ijarah, wakalah, kafalah, and many more. The second step is identifying the obstacles such as double stamp duty or risk weighing of different products. And lastly, approaching the appropriate authority such as the Treasury, the FSA, and the Inland Revenue.
A few moments later.
So I'm going to continue on what Haziq has talked before. Edward George identified 4 main obstacles in the area of the provision of Islamic home financing. The first one is treatment under stamp duty, whereby duty may need to be paid twice or at a higher rate than on a conventional mortgage because of the nature of the transaction involving the initial ownership by the financier. The second one is higher regulatory capital charges where conventional mortgage and indeed murabahah mortgage attract a capital risk of 50%, but some Islamic mortgage, which is ijarah mortgage, attract a higher rate of 100,000. The third one is disadvantages under the various public sector home ownership schemes, such as right to buy or rent to mortgage, whereby the purchaser may be unable to take advantage of the benefits offered under the schemes due to the involvement of the financier as the owner of the property. The last one is the disadvantages in terms of the housing cost element of income support or income-based job seekers allowance as compared with that of a conventional mortgage. The UK government has shown interest in sukuk since 2006. After the Brown speech, then Chancellor of the Executive promising to promote the city as the international financial centre. Part of that strategy was to look into the economic potential of sukuk as an alternative but complementary instrument to conventional bonds that can be used to widen government options in diversifying the sources of its financing. After the analysis and the consultation process, the outcome has been to enlist all possible routes and then select the most appropriate. The first option is introduction of a unique regulatory definition definition for AFIBs, which is sukuk, to exempt explicitly these instruments from CIS regulations and to create a new specified investment under the Regulated Activities Order. Option 2 is same as 1, but AFIB will become under the existing tax definition. For option 3, same as option 1, but includes AFIBs under existing specified investment of creating or acknowledging indebtedness. And for option 4 is do nothing. The government opted for the first option as laid down in the Order 2010 of the FSMA 2000 for alternative finance investment bond. That approach led the government to conclude that while its objective for Islamic finance are ambitious, it is committed to ensuring that behind this ambitious objective, the necessary analysis, consideration and consultation is carried out to deliver real benefits to industry and consumer in the UK. From the previous examination of aspects relating to the accumulation of Islamic finance, we can say that a need for clear-cut objective, for example, city competitiveness and citizen access to financial products, and guiding principles, commitment, fairness and collaboration. Thus, subsidence of ideological and cultural sensitivity is of prime importance for an accommodative environment that is open to new ideas and innovation, irrespective of their origin, provided that they are of benefit to the society in general. By stakeholder approach, on opening the door for Islamic finance, the UK authorities have involved several bodies and entities on their side, as well as those on the Islamic finance industry side. In particular, the Muslim community residing in the UK was involved in the process from the outset. Taxation is as the main tool for legislating Islamic finance product and service. The main guiding principle of this process is to look into the economic substance of the transaction rather than its legal structure or form, based upon the no obstacle, no special flavor policy. Hence, Islamic finance product and operation have to be treated as if they were interest-bearing instruments.
So, as conclusion, Islamic finance has grown remarkably in the United Kingdom over the years. Many factors have been attributed to the growth. Political and regulatory factors have been identified as overriding element in this process. An important purchase in this development is the supportive government policies intend to further the market for Islamic product for both Sharia compliance institutions and firms with Islamic window. The development of Islamic finance has only enjoyed a cross-party support over the past decade with two key policy objectives. Firstly, to establish and maintain London as Europe's gateway to international Islamic finance, and secondly, to ensure that nobody in the UK is denied access to competitively priced financial products on account of their faith.